Yes.
You spoke of the importance of education in a society. How do you propose that education be afforded to every person?
The question had to do with the importance of education to every member of society and how to bring it about. Well, the easiest part of that would be to answer the second part first, believe it or not. Since it is the public, since it is society that will be rewarded by an educated populace and yet diminished by an ignorant one, don't you think society should make the investment in education? Education is not a cost, ladies and gentlemen. Ignorance is a cost. Education is an investment. And I come, I must admit, from very fortunate circumstances. My life could have and more than likely would have been substantially different had it not been for one extraordinary person in my life. My father paid his debt to nature when he was but in his 20s. I was only but 3 years of age. My mother was left a widow with 3 children and a 400-acre plantation to attend to. So as a result of her circumstance, none of her 3 children were ever able to attend a day of formal schooling in our lives. But I was fortunate. Any successes that I have achieved, I owe to that extraordinary woman, my mother, Margaret Walker Wythe, who saw to it that even though we could not attend school, she saw to it that we were raised upon a classic education. She taught us how to read Greek and Latin, which opened all the great volumes of human history to us. I was raised on the epic poems of Homer, the orations and diatribes of Cicero, the histories and biographies of Plutarch, the philosophies of Aristotle. Have any of you had the privilege of reading Aristotle's Poetics? Oh, you must. And when you do, read it in the original Greek. Well, no, the advantage being that you have no one standing between you and the author that committed those brilliant thoughts for future generations. No translation, no interpretation, just that remarkable relationship between author and reader. But that would have only been possible in my life had my mother not come from a very unique set of circumstances. For she came from a region of this continent and a society within that region in particular that embraces and understands the importance of education for all, regardless of station in life, regardless of gender, regardless of color. And of course, I could only be talking about the region of Pennsylvania and the Society of Friends, the Quakers. For they understand, and my mother instilled in me the knowledge that any society is only as strong as the most ignorant individual member of that society, and that ignorance is not a price I am willing to pay. I specialize in long answers to short questions, so be forewarned. Yes.